give this Farsa a hard time. They're going to want to delay that as much as possible. Make sure you can delay a little bit the pickup of the Clock of Destiny and then the other items as well, because this can be a very disruptive pick. There's a lot of mobility on the side of LPE, but you can't also count out the possibility that Aquaboy will just be on the next level of timing today, and then positioning as well. But despite all the mobility LPE has, they'll just be bursted down by this Farsa.
There you go. Let's find out if that's going to be happening here as we go into game 1 of week number 5, day 1, Signal Ultra versus LPE. Now, again, both of these teams are in the danger zone, so this is basically their match of the season, right? This is the match of the season. Only time they'll be facing each other. Winner gets top points and, again, fighting chance on their bracket.
Yep.
Loser is going to have a tough time calculating later on after this. So let's find out what's going to happen here.
Yeah, and you see there the rotation of Janus opting to go for lane, Litho, and then get the Rock Ursa of Aspect, while Aspect instead focusing for the buffs. So it's going to be Aspect who'll be able to set the tempo over here early if he'll decide to show up in the lane.
We got Aquaboy again locked in by the blood. Oh, there. Jake the Dog and Arvs doing some pretty good early game harassment, making sure that they are not comfortable at all. Ryota very deep here. Around the lane of Ryota with Aspect coming close. He's level 4, so he's got some oomph with the Tempest Blades, but he decides to back off.
Cool. And as expected, Aquaboy, early pressure that he's experiencing here. LP are playing this right. Arv's great rotation, really just leaving the mid for the lanes or for even BMO to just clear up himself. So yeah, you're going to want to do this to Aquaboy. And then as expected, Ryota's playing the aggressive Benedetta. Minion wave cuts.
2.
Yeah.
Round 2 on the bottom, and again, Ryota's still... I think both of these guys on the top side of the map, they're just going to be cutting each other's lanes anyway, so you can't expect that. Except for the time they go into the lore there. Oh, look at this. Ryota's HP is lower than half. Aspect has that Angela Heart Guard, but will be secured by Jans instead. Tempest Blade goes down, still fighting over Ryota, very, very low. Still goes for the fight. Flicker in by Rhea, and first blood goes over to Signal.
Well handled fight there for the Turtle 4 Signal Ultra LPE. Great start though initially because Imba DJ stopped BMO, or I believe it was Arvs, in the back line, disrupting them enough to sort of delay the response that LPE could dish out. So with that slight adjustment by Imba DJ, already level 4, getting the ultimate for Koopa, getting the bites, getting the traps in, really helped a lot with that fight. It could have been a great response by LP, but at that point, they were Ryota was just too low to stay long in that fight.
That's the thing about them. They're going to be fighting for those HPs, get the poke damage in, and Signal, they just got the tools to do that, especially in the early game.
Yeah. Now, 3 minutes and 10 seconds in, Clock of Destiny already picked up. Arvs though, gets hooked.
Looked in, locked down by Jans, gets that kill once more. Granger getting a very critical kill. 2-0 for Signal. That gold starting to look like it's going to go to the left, to the blue side of the map.
Yeah, and now you see here the adjustment that Kekadot went for. Because that turtle is no longer the top lane, he can now help out Aquaboy in the bottom lane more by watching out in that part of that river. I said there earlier, LPE have to watch out for getting hooked by Kekadot, and because Kekadot notices, hey, Aquaboy needs a bit of help, Arvs is pressuring him too much. Okay, I'm going to be the bodyguard here. I'm going to be the checkpoint in this river. If he can keep this up, it's going to be bad for LPE.
Yeah, that's the thing about Kekadot right now, though he's like more of a bodyguard, more less aggressive, right? He's just trying to make sure that everyone is being kept in check.
Yeah.
Right now, of course, with the help of Imba DJ, gonna be going for the forward, trying to go for BMO. He's low, he's very low. Less than half execute is gonna be there, still not gonna be used by Rhea. Used instead on Ryota. Closes him out before he can finish Electro final blow.
Ooh, that lethal counter, and this Bauman pick going really well right now for Signal Ultra. They're just getting zoned out and damaged really well here by Signal LPE. Now they will have a difficult time contesting this turtle. They will not be able to.
That's a free turtle right there. Signal Ultra, they're trying to go deep, getting those objectives closed out already by Aspect, obviously. But again, they are doing a very good job denying resources and the turtle buff from the lane of LPE.
Ooh. They have to watch out for that Bauman here. They can't keep giving him kills this early because he's just going to be ramping up that damage over and over again.
especially Jens right now, fighting under the turret. Certainly Eagle goes in. That's a little too deep, but they're gonna take it. Aspect going in, Tempest Blaze forces down the fight. 4 blades, 3 blades down. Take the dog though. Kind of bit of a misstep. And oh my god, what a beautifully timed feathered airstrike there. Puts down Jake the dog.
Yeah, well-timed feathered airstrike. Beautifully executed hook as well for Kekadot. This is the gamble that you get from playing a defensive Franco. Because Franco can really disrupt if he plays aggressively. But defensively, you're going to need to land the hooks for the counterplays, and that's what he's been doing so far. Yeah. Hence why Signal Ultra has this early lead.
Yeah, I mentioned that before as well, Ryota. Oh, no hooks! No hooks needed! You just go in, you soak up that damage, and make sure Ryota cannot flicker out a fight! And Rhea, wow, did you see that lethal counter? Zoning lethal counter! Expected the plays here from Rhea.
Fast hands, Ray on that bomb, and flicker lethal counter. Ryota cannot get anywhere, and the signature Benedetta pick for him, who has a 66% win rate in the season so far in 6 matches, is having a hell of a hard time in the early game. 3 deaths for Ryota's Benedetta.
Bro, that's saying something. That's a Benedetta. That's such a mobile hero. I guess a Bauma? Come on. Come on, man. But again, it was well set up by the rest of Signal Ultra, so I don't blame him at all for that. But beautifully coordinated fights. Looking good here for Signal so far.
Yeah, and this could be a big play for the Turtle here. Both 2 teams are positioned primed and ready for a team fight. Arbs has to watch out.
Oh, that's going to be the Koopa Bite. Not going to be holding down Arbs as of yet, but Turtle is getting... Oh, there you go. Secured by Chance once more. And, man, the Hunt, man, is just doing a lot of work here for Kekadot. Ryota also on the side, just waiting for a good timing, not really finding it. Signal Ultra secures Turtle number 3.
So again, you're seeing 2 contrasting styles in terms of the drafts here. Fast, guerrilla-style warfare, rotations and aggression by LPE. Meanwhile, Signal go for the counter punch. And the counter punch is just working really well right now for Signal Ultra. But now, because of the pushes that happen in this top lane, LPE, they're still getting towers. They have to watch out for the Signal because they've been grouping up a lot. They've been going 3s and 4s, and that's leaving the side lanes quite open. Yeah. So that's something they have to be careful of.
The punch is getting, their punch is getting a lot of oomph. You know, and again, that's just because of the flexibility of the Franco. You can either go for long range engages or just go ahead, ult, and then just go for the target. They got such squishy targets.
Yeah, and great zone out here by Aquaboy to use the feathered airstrike. They might even get a kill onto Jake the dog.
Almost.
He barely gets away.
Yeah,
you can see his health there. And all of that was just to secure that bottom tower because LPE showed up in mid. So this is the counterplay by LPE. Another hook!
Oh my god, are you kidding me? That's another one in Ray. Again, great follow-up. Ryota trying to fight there. This time around has the heart guard, but doesn't seem to be getting the target. They knock off, again, 1 target from Signal, able to flicker out. Kekadot, he doesn't want to die yet. No! No, seriously! That is the worst possible time to do that.
That was a beautiful
Oh my gosh!
Even Rob Luna and Wolf.
Seriously!
Even they're going, well, what the heck just happened?
No way!
Okay, wow. We can't assume so much on why that pause happened, but let's break down what happened there in the fight. Kekadot again, starting that out. Beautiful read there. Of course, the tendencies of the teams to position themselves that way. That shrub in front of that, in front of the Wind Serpent, the buff, and then at the same time with one of the other teams being in the middle there. Great read by Kekadot. He just threw that out there. It's like, I feel like someone's in here, but
here we go.
Rock Hard, we're back in the fight.
Back on. Does he survive? Apparently he does! Oh, are you kidding? That is great. That is great there for Signal. But LPE, again, they are on the back foot. Switching off over to Ryota, who is, again, taking a lot of damage here. Even the tank type Benedetta not really able to withstand the amount of damage that's coming from the Popaling Koopa plus the Franco. Every step is a possible death, right? Every small movement you make, you get locked down either by the Popaling Koopa bite or by the Franco Iron Hook.
Yeah, this Kekadot's Franco is going to be a little bit more difficult to take down now because he just picked up the Athena shield. He He needed that magic reduction because he's up against 3 damage dealers compared to the 2 of LPE. LPE doesn't even have a lot of physical damage right now. Most of it is coming out of Aspect. Ryota, because of the bad early game that he was dealt by Signal, isn't dealing a lot of damage at this point. He'll be there to disrupt a bit. Yeah, he'll deal a bit of damage, but it's not the same Benedetta we're used to seeing from LPE.
Yeah, and don't forget, Aspect is 0-0-1 right now. Not getting any deaths, but his farm is also just completely disrupted by Signal. So LPE now on the back foot here. 4,000 gold separates these two teams. Actually 4.5 in favor of Signal Ultra this time around. And here we go again. This is what we're talking about by Signal. I mean, they're having a great early and mid game, but what happens when it comes to closing out these games?
Man, Signal Ultra, hopefully we get to see them see a better closer strategy there. But Kekodot, he's gonna go for Ryota.
Oh, that was a bloody hunt.
Oh, really close.
I think he almost casted the bloody hunt there.
Yeah.
And if he got caught, that would have been a dead guy.
Yeah, that would have been Ryota just gone here. And I find it so funny because earlier I was saying, Signal Ultra, maybe you want to pull back a bit on the surprises, but they surprised us yet again with this kind of lineup with the Bomber. First time they
Flicker
picked it.
in with the bloody hunt once more. BMO cannot react.
Kekodot playing so well in this Franco. He might be the MVP of this match.
Possibly.
He's really setting the tempo well for Signal Ultra.
Yeah, for sure. Oh!
What? Oh my goodness!
Oh! You looking for the TikTok? That's for the TikTok, man.
That man just lassoed an airplane!
That guy! MVP!
That was a flying Matilda
Flying
in midair!
Just got
What the
iron
heck?
in midair. Ladies and gentlemen, that was actually close. He could have gone down
Yeah, man!
if he didn't have the escape.
Oh! Wow!
Oh my gosh!
Okay, Kekodot, first it was the show, now it's the Francos that you're showing off here. Now, LPE are down 4K in gold. In terms of the damage, they might not have enough of it yet. They're up against a Granger, they're up against a Ballman. This is going to be a risky contest for them if they're going to be contesting this Lord. They could go in for the steal here, but again, so much to watch out for you here. So much damage coming out from the side of Signal Ultra. And this is going to be really risky. They can pull off a steal, potentially, but Signal Ultra, respecting that possibility, want to get a little bit more control around the lanes here. They need a little bit more information before they start this. They need to find Aspect's lane.
Yeah, again, Aspect's lane is... I mean, it's not getting any kills, but once more, it is difficult to get a hold of. Although they do have one of the best tools in the game to get hold of a link, which is the Franco, as well as, again, Popol and Koopa. But again, it's proving that Aspect's actually improving, in this game.
Yeah.
Right? He's not dying as much, right?
And that's miraculous because, again, this is such a difficult lineup to go up against within the link. And funnily enough, Aquaboy is 1-1-1, but he's not having as bad a game as he could have here because of the actions of Rhea, Kekodot, and Imba DJ. These three early on, because of the aggression and the surprise counterplays that they went for here, are actually, their play right now is the anchor for Signal Ultra. And Janice is just riding along, doing the job, getting the kills here. But this main three for Signal.
Oh, Flicker in once more. Right off the bat there. Again, they're trying to do that over and over again, but their damage is actually falling off a little bit. Counterpunch here by Jake the Dog. Rhea is on the sides, fighting under the turret. That's not a great idea, but they go for it anyway. Rhea flaying over with that. Benedetta is just doing a pretty good job in keeping everyone in check. It's confusing Signal Ultra, actually.
Yeah, Aspect walked into a trap. Could have been even more punishing here for LPE, but a well-placed trap by Imba DJ. Stop the momentum.
Oh, they got him! Jake the Dog! Again, the combo of Imba DJ and Kekodot right now. You can't do stuff like that, man.
Oh, man. K-Dot on fire. Someone needs to manage the waves, though, in the side lane, especially that top minion wave for Signal Ultra.
It's pretty big. Yeah.
Pretty big. Could be scary here. But then LPE aren't in the position to go and cut that wave, to go for that backdoor split push. They have to watch out here for this Lord. They are going to try to contest this, or at least just whittle down the members of Signal Ultra, maybe force them on a reset if they could. Again, still, they're at this point where it's going to be very risky for them to go for the Lord Steal. But with the Ling on their side, they can maybe just sacrifice one of their frontliners, and then everyone else will just pull back. Try to just play for the steal. But, again, that's just theoretically. If we look at what's been happening here, Kekodot and Imba DJ have been on point with their lockdowns, with their stuns. And it's going to be a very impressive Lord Steal here for Aspect.
Yeah,
it's going to be get off your seat and shout for Aspect Lord Steal if he somehow gets it.
I mean, if Aspect does get this, he's gonna be like, wow, maximum respect.
Yeah.
Right? He's gonna be like, respect Aspect. That's gonna be. I'm gonna make that a hashtag.
I like it. I like it.
Respect Aspect, because if he can, right? It's difficult, right? The life of a Ling right now supposedly is just super easy, but right now it is just so difficult with Bloody Hunt, Iron Hooks, and Bubble Bites to avoid. Not to mention also the Feathered Airstrike. So there's so many things they have to watch out for. Incoming bullets from the Rhapsody.
Yeah, LPE. Oh, Arvs. Oh, sidestep that hook so close.
Ah, he missed it. Again, Arvs will be punished very hard for it. Less than around half HP. And you don't want a low HP Mafilda when you're trying to fight against a Lord area, because you are also just one hook away from dying. Aspect though, he's gonna try to go for it. Half HP on the Lord. He does have the possibility of a Heart Guard here. Okay. And there you go.
That would be it.
Oh! Steel's not gonna be going down. Janus secures it with the Retribution. Janus go very, very low. Tempest of Blades fighting under this very narrow corridor. Jake the Dog doing his pretty good job here with AoE damage from that Alice. And again, that's gonna be 2 down for Signal, forcing their way into the mid lane.
The counter punch. Just Janus. Signal Ultra losing Janus really quickly there was really punishing for them. They could have continued that fight there if Janus was able to stay alive, but LPE playing that really, really well, knowing, okay, gotta take him down. We take out Janus, they're going to be a little bit more, they're going to think twice about fighting.
Right, they're going to be hesitant to go for
exactly.
it, even though they do have the Lord, which does give the opening for LPE to go ahead and clean this up without any big threats. Because again, they know that he's just probably walking out from the base right now. And that's one big advantage removed from Signal all of a sudden.
Yeah, and the gold lead is now just around 2,000 for Signal Ultra. We have got ourselves the game here, folks. But Ryota gets
the Bloody Hunt! Yeah, Ryota
again
cannot react at all, and that's just the beauty of the Franco right there.
Oh man, Ryota. Signal Ultra has him red right now.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
A book.
And even Aspect right now is the one getting hunted down. He knows that he can't play around too much with Imba DJ still available. Bloody Hunt, I think, should be back off of cooldown any second now, especially with his emblem set. And now securing the immortality, he's going to be a lot more fearless looking for the picks.
Yeah, and Imba DJ just picked up an All Mask. That's more control possibilities here for Signal Ultra.
An additional stun.
Yeah, an additional stun. Their gap closers. LPE have to be even more careful now. They were really careful earlier. That has to be that even more. Oh, and another hook!
Plain hook inside. No special tricks whatsoever. Forces the Winter Truncheon and fighting under this jungle. Aspect already out of the Heart Guard shield. Goes in with the Tempest of Blades and forces Janus to fight. Janus cannot actually fight back. Rhea very, very low here.
Oh no!
Will be hunted down by 2 members. And I think this is what we're talking about once more for Signal. Great early in the mid game, but now they are close to coming in from behind.
1,000 IQ play by Jake the Dog. I was thinking, why is he just standing there? That looks way too easy.
He baited
the hook because he knew he had the Winter Truncheon. He almost didn't get it off though. He was really, really close.
It was actually close.
But he was able to, and that was big here now because LPE is marching in mid.
Big push here mid lane. That's very, very low. No minions means they're gonna go up on top. Rhea cannot really go for it on his own, so he needs to wait for the other members of his team. But the bottom lane is again being punished by LPE.
A heartbreaking loss for Signal Ultra if it is, but oh no, not yet though.
Flicker in again on Jake the Dog. Winter Truncheon, they know it's still on cooldown, but LPE, they're able to disengage.
Yeah, and now we see here the damage of Signal Ultra not being able to manage their waves in the side lanes well enough. They're getting kills, they're getting pickoffs, but because of that lack of lane management, oh, it's bad.
Oh, one more Ryota, no Bloody Hunt follow-up, which allows him to live.
Yeah.
And Aspect is just waiting. I think Signal's kind of aware that, you know what, they're trying to bait us.
Yeah. They're baiting us right now, and again, it's gonna be a heartbreaking loss for Signal Ultra here, if ever it is going to be a loss, and an incredible win for LPE. But now we're seeing here the strengths of LPE in the late game, the fact that they can split the map so well, the Benedetta and Ling. Signal Ultra, they were for the longest time winning with the pickoffs and the random skirmishes, the surprises onto LPE, but because you have so much mobility in the side of LPE, they can afford to no longer play the style they were playing earlier. You know, they don't always have to react to Signal Ultra showing up in the map. They have the power of the minion waves on their side. And then this is where we see here the effect of not managing their minion waves long enough. A few minutes ago, we highlighted the push of the minion wave before the Lord take in the top lane. Although Aquaboy was able to get back in time to make sure that the turret doesn't get destroyed, it brought the turret down to only 20% health left.
That's big.
That's big.
That's not even without any big pushes happening.
Yeah, that was just a minion wave. And so now we see here the sacrifices this lineup, the Signal Ultra, and their playstyle in the early to mid game have here. They had to sacrifice managing the mid because a lot of their heat map was around the jungle and in the river, getting those pickoffs. It was working, but now you have to be careful with your side lanes here. You're up against a very mobile lineup.
Exactly, especially Ryota right now, who is corralling those minions on top side. The disadvantage of the Signal lineup is it's got a lot of good catches, it's got a lot of hard crowd control, but it forces you to stick together. You got to stick together for it to be effective.
Exactly.
And if you're just like 2 people, 3 people, no, you can't fight. You can't take down anyone.
Yeah.
So they gotta go as 5.
And it's a really interesting game. Despite LPE here, because of the lineup that they showed here, they are now more towards the favorite side of winning this matchup, because in this point of the game, it just becomes about who manages the minion waves better to control for the Lord objectives, for those Lord fights. And again, because of the lineup of LPE, they have that natural advantage. But what Signal Ultra is going well for them again is if they go as 5, they have that great counterplay possibility here. If they can catch out the Ling early, if they hold on to their bloody hunt to wait for the Ling to entry, because Aspect is doing so much damage to the backline here of Signal Ultra. If Kekadon has been on point with those bloody hunts, but if he conserves it for that Ling, for that entry, that's going to give enough time for Aquaboy to live through the fight and then deal the burst damage that he'll be known for with that Farsa.
So what you're saying is, like, you gotta time the bloody hunt, because
Exactly.
sometimes LP is trying to bait it out. So not because you can go for it doesn't mean that you should, right? So the question is, there's also a problem there, man. What if you hold on for it for too long and your team's just wiped out?
Exactly.
These are the challenges, right?
Because with the rest of the lineup of LPE, they'll be able to whittle down the health of Signal Ultra enough. And Aspect can legit just wait for most of the fight until the fight's just about to end, and then he's just going to come in and clean up. That's also something Signal Ultra has to watch out for, you're right.
Man, it's got to be something that's also bearing heavy on the minds of Signal right now, who are behind by 1,000 gold here in this matchup where they were supposedly, what, 7k? Did I say 6 or 7k earlier?
Yeah.
That's gone. That's gone, man.
Oh, close game. But what can you expect from two teams at the bottom of the standings in their brackets right now? They're bringing out the best. It's desperation time, and it's another hook.
Oh, great hook there, and BMO!
Oh, it
was BMO. That's pretty big. Aspect will have to double second guess himself each and every time now for the next 50 seconds.
That's big. Signal Ultra can use his time, but then the threat of the Benedetta split pushing the side lane
That's
up top is
also
big.
big.
Yeah. Well, this could end up being a 4 versus 3 take here for this Lord.
Signal decides, you know what? Let's just go. Let's just do it. Let's go for the Lord. Let's see what they do.
Watch out for the top lane though, Signal Ultra, but at least Reyes there. Aspect can come in and steal it.
Coming in for the steal is a possibility. Aspects on the side. Jake the Dog knows this is happening.
Oh, another
goes into Ryota, the Bloody Hunt as well. And one more hit could have taken out Ryota, but he makes it out alive. Jake the Dog disrupts the front and the middle of the pack. Imba DJ is forced out. Aquaboy cannot help as well. And now it's going to be Janice going down.
Goodness, how did Ryota survive that? He got out of that with just an inch of his health left, and another hook from Kekadon.
Another one on the Kekadon. They are fighting, man. They are putting everything on the table, but they are forced to back off. as Aspect claims the Lord right behind him.
Oh man, how did that go badly for Signal Ultra? The fact that they
It was a 4v5!
Yeah, it was a, well, not even, it was like a 4v3. How did that go so wrong? How did Ryota survive? So many questions.
So many questions by Reptar, man.
But LPE handled that really well.
Yeah,
Signal
absolutely.
Ultra, though, their response was, okay, when they saw the Blood Orb go out from the Alice, that's when they went for the hook. Because now they didn't need to worry so much about Jake the Dog coming in here. But because of this point, the cooldown not being so long now with that flowing blood, when that hook was launched, Jake the Dog just went in.
Yeah, Jake the Dog's timing was just so good in that one, which disrupted the damaging backline of Signal. And now they have to fight the Lord here.
Oh no, Signal Ultra might just lose this fight. This could be bad.
Could be bad here, fighting around the base. No inhibitor turrets, minions are close. Signal Ultra, they are trying to go for the defense, but it's looking like Jake the Dog's got enough damage on that Alice to force them back. The base is low, the minions are pushing in. The Lord is knocking, and that's game 1! That's LPE taking the game from Signal Ultra.
Another heartbreaking loss for Signal Ultra. Coach Tuppa celebrating right now, flying across. But man, gotta feel bad for Signal Ultra there.
For Signal,
but
man.
You cannot deny that was a beautiful mid to late game execution there by LPE.
And this winning moment is brought to you by the Oppo A94. Experience gaming at full speed with the Oppo A94. Get yours now for only 13,999 pesos.
Speechless.
I'm
Rock
speechless,
hard.
man,
I'm
because
speechless.